Well, this is a bit different, isn't it? There are no Airbnb tips and tricks in this video. As you can see, there's been a bit of a life change here. I've barely even been able to get time to make this video, but I didn't want to break the streak of doing one every week. So here we are. I thought about, instead of giving you tips and tricks, we'll maybe just do a little life update, a business update, a YouTube update. We're getting to the end of the year. Let's do that. And this is unscripted. This is going to be just a ramble of me talking. So if you're not interested, feel free not to watch. If you want to peek behind the curtain of what life is normally like for me, maybe you'll be interested in keeping watching. And by the way, this is Daisy. She was born on Saturday. She was 7 pounds 3. She's doing well, always doing well. No sleep, but what do you expect? So yeah, this is a new baby. It's been a while. It's actually the privileged position of being the first of my kids to actually get on one of these videos. The other two will be raging. The other ones are 5 and 6.
I'm Tom and I'm 5. I'm Jack and I'm 6.
2 boys. This is our first girl. Don't really know what to expect. Kind of been hard getting back into the swing of baby parenting, like nappies, screams, bottles, sleepless nights, but it's been good. And the one thing that I feel so lucky is that business that I have allows me to sort of be here. I don't have to rush out to work. I know people get paternity leave, but it's only for like 2 weeks. I get to be here before, during and after. It's really nice knowing I'm not having to just abandon my wife to look after her and the other 2 boys. And it's been the same since my first 2 boys came along. And like, I always worked for myself, I always run the business, but I remember feeling the panic of I work 24 hours a day. It would be so easy to just keep doing that, but baby's coming. There is not the productivity there to actually just keep going like that. So I was nervous at the start, but I had that freedom.
How do you know why this door was locked?
Because I'm making a video. Look.
About the baby.
Come over here, stand beside me. This is my life. In fairness, this is my life most of the time. Just like this one. So it's much easier to plan. Since this one's come along, everything's gone a little bit up the left. It's fine. We're going to adapt. We're going to get new routines. We're going to find more time. It's all going to be good. I'm so grateful to have the business that I have that enables me to take as long as I want off work, to spend as much time as I want with this little one and those other 2 monsters, to be in control of my own life, my own time. You know, I did plan it like this. It wasn't always like this. It was some hard graft at the start, working 24 hours a day, every day. And you have to plan it. You have to plan your life. If you want something, you've got to go after it and make it happen. And that's something I'm trying to show my kids, that one and the other one, as well as Daisy when she's a bit older. But you don't just have to go and get a job and work for someone else. You can make your own money, build the life you want, work on your own terms. I have no idea what this video is going to look like. So I want to talk about the YouTube journey so far. So I'm really enjoying it. There's no way if you haven't watched any of my videos, you're going to watch this one. This is complete random compared to everything I do. I'm assuming if you're watching this video that you've watched some of the other ones. Thank you for that. Hopefully you've subscribed. I started it back in April. I'd been toying with it. It started the YouTube channel years and years and years ago. Some of the old videos are still there. You can go back and watch them. You can sort it by oldest, but even some of the even older ones, I think I've unlisted. Maybe I'll put them as links so you can actually see them if you want to in the description. But I didn't know what I was doing back then. I mean, I still don't, but I'm trying, I'm learning. I've been certainly taking it more seriously than I was at the start. Most importantly, in terms of consistency. So before I would do like a video once every like 6 months or something, because it's bloody hard to get on camera. It's terrifying. I've got quite used to it. I've loved doing it. I've got a system. This is completely out of my system, out of my comfort zone. So I feel bloody terrified again doing this video. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but mainly at the start, it was about what do I talk about? How do I talk to a phone like I'm doing now? I think most people get nervous about that. So yeah, I've been doing it since April, 13th of April this year. We're over 6 months. We've done, I think, 40 videos nearly. My goal was to do 1 video a week for, well, if not 1 year, 2 years. I am enjoying it. The main thing I try to do is get a little bit better each time. So if you look back, even to that first one on the 13th of April I did, I think it was about how to stop Airbnb taking over your life, which is still a big thing and actually quite useful and relevant now, because like I just said, you can run an Airbnb business and it can run you. And I planned this life that I have, that I can able to take as much time off as I want. Anyway, that video, look at that now, and the camera quality isn't great. Even the editor, lovely Alex that I work with, she didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what she was capable of. It's just a bit rusty, but I've enjoyed doing it. I'm enjoying the consistency, even to the point where I've had a bad day today. Nothing has went to plan. I was due to film this video, a different video earlier today. Nothing's went to plan. You can see it's dark. I never film in the dark, but I was like, I'm doing this video. Here we go. We're here, whether anyone's watching it or not. I will not break the streak. But it's good. The reason I started doing it was because when I started an Airbnb in the business, there was no one really there. There was no books you could really read. Airbnb didn't even exist. There was no one there that you could turn to. Now, whenever I need to learn how to do anything, YouTube's the place I go. So I like the thought of being able to teach people who are just getting started how to do it the right way, the best practices, so they don't have to make all the mistakes that I made, and people can get to where they want to go faster. And the other reason is, you'll have heard that there's a lot of backlash around Airbnb in certain communities and around the world. There's a lot of bad hosts that ruin it for the industry and for me. So if I can level up the industry, level up some hosts, the next generation coming through, it's going to be good for the industry, good for my business as well. So that's why I started it. YouTube wasn't the first thing that I went hard on. I think we've got a nappy coming. If you followed me for a while, you've seen Instagram, TikTok, a lot of short form portrait videos. And I did that for ages, but I sort of fell away from it. Yeah, for one, the demographics on TikTok and Instagram, not my vibe. I'm a bit older. There's a lot of hate on TikTok as well. Comments, people just go on just to troll people. It's horrible. YouTube is much more long form. Time for me to just ramble on, talk about what I want to talk about, get my points across in time, as opposed to having to get it short and done in like 60 seconds or 30 seconds. Even shorts. I don't even like doing YouTube shorts. It's too much pressure. So to give you some numbers, since I started, in case you're interested in the back end of YouTube and what it looks like and what my channel's doing, since the first video on the 13th of April, I've had over 185,000 views, 16,500 watch hours, almost 4,000 subscribers, 3.9 thousand subscribers. And yeah, I'll give you the numbers. I've earned 1,500 quid from AdSense revenue. It's not much, but that's not why I'm doing it. I have made 35 videos since I started taking it seriously. I did a couple before when I was sort of stumbling back into it, the highest earning tree houses and the highest earning tiny homes. And yeah, that was me sort of gearing up, but very much found my place in trying to teach people, help people how to get started on the common questions. I really appreciate everyone who follows or subscribes to the channel and watches the videos, everyone who comments, read them all, try and respond to them. Sometimes it's hard to get back to everyone immediately, but I always do. And yeah, I feel like there's a little community that's starting to grow. People who I see commenting again and again, I really appreciate you watching. I can't see who gives me thumbs up, so if that's you and you give me a thumbs up every time, thank you, but I don't know it's you. I do recognize some people whenever they leave the comments and stuff, so I do really appreciate and notice that. In terms of the channel, I'm trying to aim it and help people who are just getting started, but also those who have already got started and are wanting to level up their business. I try to split the videos equally between newbie videos and next level optimized videos, optimize your business. Obviously, when I put a video out, I think it's good. I think it's going to do well, but you just never know. The video that's done the best is one that's titled 14 Things I Wish I Knew Before I Started Airbnb. It, for some reason, just took off and went sort of viral. It's got like 81,000 views. It was doing like over 1,000 views a day for a while. It sort of tailed off a bit now, but I have no idea what about that video hit the algorithm. Lots of people wanted to watch it. I've done plenty of other videos that I thought are better, but for whatever reason, YouTube prefers that one. But I'm enjoying it. What's the plan for the channel? I don't know. I've got a book that you can see that I sell. I'm working on a course of how to help people to get started in Airbnb, particularly this year coming, 2025, because there's a lot of changes going on. A lot of misinformation out there. I got a new camera I bought myself for early Christmas present. I haven't got it up and running yet because I don't have a memory card to put in to actually record the videos, but it's coming soon. If you're still here, give me a thumbs up if you just want to see if she's going to boke on me or not, or if you're actually enjoying this video. So that's enough of the YouTube update for the year. I'll talk about
Excuse me, what?
I want to talk a bit about my business update, how the business has performed over the last year. If you don't know, my business is called Centre Belfast Apartments. We manage about 75 properties here in Belfast. It's a mix of, we manage them, I own some, we lease some blocks, some full buildings. I've got a team here. We manage all the day-to-day. They're absolutely amazing rock stars. They enable me to spend time with my family, make these videos for you. We do over 18,000 guests per year. And this year, as I've said in some videos before, we've done over £4 million in bookings. As amazing as that is, those numbers don't really light me up. They don't really give me the dopamine boost that I think they used to, and that maybe that some people who haven't got to there might think that they do. The biggest boost that I remember having is a couple of years ago, doing some sums. We took on a big block of 12 new apartments, as well as some of the other ones that we had. I think it took us up to like 40. And I remember doing the sums and thinking, we might make over £1 million this year. That year was 2020. And everything went to absolute shit. Down the toilet. So since then, I just try not to get too attached on those numbers. For me, life is not about money. Money is a means to an end. It enables you to do the things you want, to have the freedom to spend time however you want it. That for me is the key. That is what makes someone rich or not, is how much time they have. But that being said, a business needs to survive to make money. I need money just as much as everyone else. So £4 million in total booking revenue is not too bad. And I am very proud of that. Obviously, because we're a management company, a lot of that is not our money, it's our clients' money that we take a percentage of. But I'm still hoping that our total revenue will be well over £1 million. And certainly we paid out already to our clients in the first 3 quarters of the year over £1 million, which I'm really proud of. You know, I'm always talking about customers being your guests and how important it is to keep them happy. When you're a management company, you've got 2 hats to wear. You've got keeping the guests happy, and you've got to keep your clients happy because they own the properties that you're using for your business. And if you don't make them lots of money, well, number one, you don't make any money, but number two, they can just take them back. So as well as the sort of total numbers, you can never really give proper numbers on our clients' properties because it's obviously confidential to them and they wouldn't be happy if I share it. But I always give my numbers. So I've got a big 2-bedroom apartment that I've had right from the start. It did over 50k this year, smashed it because of price labs and whatever else, the market conditions and just all the bits and pieces that we do with the team. Really happy with that because pre-COVID it was doing about 40 and I used to be so happy. I was shouting about that from the rooftops, and that's even better when there's even more competition. The other one that I always talk about is my guest house, the Wellesley. It had a renovation this year thanks to my amazing team. They really improved it from the basic ass design that I give it. It looks phenomenal now. And I was talking videos, and even the most recent video where I was talking about it, I said, oh, it does over 160k. And then when I actually ran the report, I was like, oh shit, it's done over 175. And I've already recorded the video that says 160. So if you look at that video, you'll see I say 160, but the screen grab shows 175. But it does even better than I'd kept on top of. So yeah, the big changes in the business this year really has been higher level things, saying no to properties that we know aren't right, getting rid of some properties that we learned, knew, and then now know aren't right. Some of the big other things, these business savings accounts where you can hold your business funds and just generate revenue passively, like game changing. I don't keep any of this stuff. I share it all in all the videos that I put out there. It shows you how I do all this stuff. There's nothing that I'm sort of holding back. But all in all, business in 2024 has been very good. We're having some challenges. So Belfast, like lots of other cities, having issues with planning, regulations. So Belfast City Council, in its wisdom, have tried to bring in some planning restrictions to try and curb the amount of short-term lets in the city. We and me have been fighting that. I've had a legal battle with them. Ended up in the High Court. I myself am out about 30 or 40,000 pounds. Obviously affects a lot of our clients, our business, competition as well. No one else was stepping forward, so unfortunately I had to. There's a long way to go in that battle. A battle might be lost, but the war is different. We in Belfast are always quite slow to do things. We're always last compared to like GB, Great Britain or Republic of Ireland, so we can always look to those other cities to see how things changed there. And certainly even in the UK it's been slow compared to places like New York or Berlin. So I think all these things are cyclical. Tourism booms, loads of people move into the Airbnb market, housing issues become a problem. People who cannot get a house vote for politicians, complain to those politicians about not being able to get a house. Those politicians then legislate against Airbnb and other tourism hospitality businesses. Then all of a sudden tourism spend and tourism tax revenue evaporates, and all of a sudden cities and states and countries have a lot less money because all those rich tourists willing to spend loads of money go somewhere else. So I've heard about in Edinburgh, the Fringe Festival, there was like 33% less footfall there because there was just simply not enough accommodation for people to stay in. So the Fringe, which is probably Scotland's biggest event, was almost a failure because of that. So they're already in Edinburgh re-looking at regulations. But I'm optimistic, not just for Belfast, but for the world. Airbnb as an option, as an accommodation option, is not going away. As you see, I have a young family. Can you imagine bringing this one and those two other monsters to a hotel room? It just doesn't work. I need an apartment. I need bedroom doors that I can close so that me and my wife aren't just sitting in the bath on our phone while they're trying to get to sleep in the bed. This is not going away. But as I said, the best thing about business, this business, my business, it's not the money you're making, not the videos you make, it's about the freedom that I've got to spend time with this little one and the other two, do things whatever I want, whenever I want, whoever I want. That's why I got into this business, and that's why I think most people, when they get into business, they want freedom to do what they want. But then once you get started, you get swept along thinking it's about money. It's not about money. Money's part of it, but I think the main thing why people start a business is time freedom, is not having to get up on a Monday morning and go to work, sit in a rush hour, to not have to miss school plays or appointments, to be able to do those things. Once you get started in a business, you can very easily get captivated by money and chasing the money, but it's at the expense of time. It's at the expense of freedom. So there is a balance to be struck. I'm feeling pretty good about my balance that I've got at the minute. In my business, I don't have to do anything. I just do the things that I want to do. I'm really lucky that I haven't spoke to a guest or had to speak to a guest in years maybe. I have an amazing team that I empower and trust to make decisions for me. They know exactly what I expect. They run the business better than I could. So I'm very, very lucky. So I'm coming to the end of 2024, grateful, tired, but enthusiastic about keep making these videos, growing this community. I have honestly no idea how this video is going to turn out. What do I even do for the thumbnail? How long is it going to be? Who knows? How many people will watch it? I would say less than 10. Anyway, I've got this off my chest. I have not broke my streak, and I'll see you in the next one.